Hey everyone, Conquer the Gauntlet Pro Evan Perperis here for another Technique Tuesday. Today we're going to be going over what's in my gym bag. Now, I don't live near an obstacle course racing or training gym, so I typically train at a normal, conventional gym like a Gold Gym or YMCA type thing. And I carry this with me. And it's pretty heavy. It's my gym bag. This is what I actually carry onto the gym floor. And I'm just going to kind of run through some of the stuff in there that allows you to train for obstacle course racing even though you're not necessarily in a gym designed for that sport. So first thing I have hanging on the outside is my Harbinger weightlifting belt. And now I still use a weightlifting belt occasionally on the heavier sets of some of the exercise I'm doing, especially when I'm doing two-a-days. When I do two-a-days, a lot of times I find my form gets a little bit iffy, especially if I'm lifting in the second session of the day. So I keep that on there. For motivation, I got some CTG patch and strength and speed patch on there. But here we go. Now let's get into the good stuff that's in the bag. First thing, I got basically a bunch of atomic climbing holds in here. And that allows me to do a couple things. One, I can attach it to a pulley machine and use it instead of like a lat pull-down bar. I can use it for, again, curls, getting up on a pulley machine, or the gym I train in has a monkey bar set up. And what I do is I hang these and create my own rig when I go to the gym. So here's a loose one. And then on top of that, I have some that have nylon straps on them. Like this one. There's an ice cream cone, again from Atomic Climbing Holds. Atomic Climbing Holds makes all the holes I use, but these straps, you can buy pre-made ones from Atomic that are great and are higher quality. A couple of mine are from Atomic, a couple of them are just nylon webbing that I bought and kind of just threw it on there. A little less nice, but they get the job done. So, again, another Atomic Climbing Holds. Variety of grips. I'm really working on the harder grip obstacles as opposed to just a traditional, something easy to grab onto. In addition to that, I have these. They're Harbinger fat bar grips. So anytime I touch a bar, I want to work on grip strength. So instead of just using a regular bar, like on a barbell or a dumbbell, I put these on there, and that makes me work my grip strength at the same time I'm training, biceps, shoulders, triceps, any sort of muscle part on my body. This is another tool from Atomic called Inception, and it's got essentially finger grooves on there, so I can work on individual finger strength and working on 2 fingers at a time, and that allows me to train that open palm grip strength. As you fatigue in obstacle course racing, you go from a nice tight grip to with your fingers almost fully extended. So you want to develop strength both in this range, like when you're grabbing a skinny bar, halfway, like with a fat bar, or all the way at the fingertips, like right before you're about to fall off Pegatron or a rig, Tarzan swing, cliffhanger, stuff like that. Another Atomic climbing hold in there. Also have my Harbinger weight belt, the dip belt specifically, so used for weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, things like that. It allows me to make my training more progressive by adding weight as I train. And then finally, I have these are rock tape knee sleeves. Again, like I talked about with the weight belt earlier, as I fatigue and as I'm on my second training session of the day, I find my form starts to go a little. So I'd rather put on some knee sleeves and a weight belt to make sure my form stays good while I'm training, as opposed to letting it fall apart and then having an injury, and then that injury takes me out of the sport for weeks, months, years, etc. Another Harbinger product, wrist wraps, again for overhead press or bench press. Bench press not super important for obstacle course racing. Overhead press not super really important either. Although sometimes race companies will throw an obstacle at you that requires you to be use that shoulder strength. I know I do a lot of toughest mutters, and one of their obstacles, the Gauntlet this year, actually has you doing a kind of like a Superman plank and moving sideways, and you need your deltoids. You need your shoulders to do that. So I still train shoulders because sometimes the obstacle course race companies throw something at you that you hadn't been training for. And finally, another Harbinger product. These are wrist straps. It takes your forearms completely out of a movement. It allows you to work on your back strength through rows or through pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, things like that. And again, people think, well, why should I take my grip strength out of an exercise? Isn't obstacle course racing all grip strength? And normally I agree with you, except at the end of the workout, when I'm really trying to push my back and make things harder, I'll throw these on and it takes the grip strength completely out of it. And when you're going to need something like that, Conquer the Gauntlet Continuum is an example, because eventually your forms will give out, but you're still required to go over things like the Walls of Fury, 5 8-foot walls in a row, and you can't penalty out of that. You have to go over, which means you need your back strength, even though your grip strength may be mostly shot. So that's what's in my gym bag. It's pretty heavy. I carry it around. People give me weird looks. Doesn't matter, because I'm training for something specific. I'm training for obstacle course racing and having a great time and crushing it at Conquer the Gauntlet. So I hope to see you on course this year. I'll catch up with you later.